So Snapshot 21W17A was released last night, and there wasn't a lot of feature changes, except I don't want to really talk about that today because there is something else that they've changed in the bug report, and that's related to this video. And notice I'm in creative mode, but I can't break anything. Now I'm going to move over to survival mode, and then I'm going to move away, and suddenly I'm taking damage. If I move back here, I'm not taking any damage. Still cannot break anything or place anything. I'm only going to take damage if I move away. Now, the reason for this is because I have successfully set the world border size to -1. And this is what happens when you have a negative world border size. This is impossible. For example, if I set the world border to 0, you can't do that. World border cannot be smaller than 1 block wide. So after doing some very basic investigation, I realized that the world border size is stored in level.dat. So I was able to use NBT Explorer. And so here is a world border size of 0, which is the same thing as -1. This essentially blocks any sort of creative mode interference with the world. You can't do anything in creative mode, survival mode. You basically can't change the world at all if the world border size is set to 0, because everything technically is outside the world border anyway. So you can't do anything. And so here is a world border size of 1. You can see it's finally showing up. It's finally rendering. Here is world border size of infinity. So you can see currently infinity blocks wide. The reason why you can do this now is because the bug fix has allowed world borders to use a double value instead of a float value. Infinity is an acceptable value. The problem is, it doesn't really do anything here because infinity means it's all the way out there, so nothing changes. It's like the world border doesn't exist. Funnily enough, if you use nan, or not a number, it's different. The world border is no longer there, and you can walk around as if you're in adventure mode. Except if you're in creative mode, it's the same thing. It's an interesting way to approach adventure maps, because even in creative mode, you can't break anything, but you can still activate things like pressure plates, but you can't interact with things like levers or buttons. So, interesting way to look at this. So this is maybe a better alternative to -1, -2, because the glint is gone. This is just a blank world where you can't access anything. I think it's kind of worth pointing out here that I am right now at the world limit, which is 30 million by 30 million. The world border is there, which is at its maximum width or diameter. But if I grab the world border value right now, it says it is currently 90 million because I've gone into NBT Explorer and changed it to 90 million. And that's clearly incorrect. This is not 90 million. It is still 30 million or 60 million. But definitely not 90 million. I think, in summary, NBT Explorer is pretty fun. You can do some really weird things.